Hey tubesters, so I know it's been a while since I've uploaded any video, and it's probably even been longer since I've done a Monday's Minute of Magic, but it's just been, there's been a lot going on here, and my room's a little bit of a mess, so I just have you propped up on some boxes with my tripod, just filming you with this background, a little something different, and probably more aesthetically pleasing to look at. But it's just like I have a lot to do. I wasn't here for this past weekend that was before Samhain. But I kind of have a haul for you, but I don't know if I'm going to show it because a good portion of it is gifts for someone. And then some of it's getting shown today, or some of them are the same thing that I'm going to be showing you in this video. And then there's another one that I wanted to do kind of like a travel altar video, so it's going to get shown in that. So I probably won't do like a whole video, just because, well, of what I just said. But anyway, I wanted to come on here and share with you this really cool way that you can still have a cool like apothecary look to your potions, if you're wanting to embark upon like a minimalist path, which is something that I was mentioning about before I went into the Navy, and I'm trying, while I'm like getting back into my practice, especially as deeply as I was before, I'm also trying to figure out ways to incorporate a minimalist practice. So that way, since I'm going to be here for 4 years, it helps with the storage, for one, and for two, it's just, it helps it not feel overwhelming. Sometimes the craft can be, can feel overwhelming because there's like so many things that you can practice, and so many things to make to use within your practice, that sometimes when you do the, I guess the normal way of making them is like in like mason jars, or you know, recycled wine bottles or liquor bottles, or even like cider bottles if it comes in a glass one. You know, it just comes from like buying those old perfume bottles, which even those can be kind of big in retrospect, or like old juice bottles like the Martinelli's, you know, which is a 10-ounce bottle, and they're really pretty and they definitely hold the contents very well. But when you have so many potions that you're planning on making, it can tend to be overwhelming and take up a lot of space, and some people just don't have the space, or they may have a lot of wide space, but they don't have the availability to put up storage, like maybe shelves or cabinets or whatever. Kind of like when I was in Illinois, that finished attic, it was very long and kind of wide when it came to space, but there wasn't a lot of height, so bookshelves wasn't really an option unless it was a small 2 or 3 shelf bookshelf, which doesn't really hold a lot. The walls weren't really the best to put up shelving, and so it was kind of just left to use a lot of boxes and drawers and stuff like that, which it was useful and it worked, but it wasn't always the best. And then I would use, what I did have was some good vertical space, so I could use the big bottles, but that doesn't work for a minimalist practice, and it also isn't easy for traveling. If you're moving, you have all these glass bottles and these big bulky bottles that you need to somehow safely travel from one state to the next, without feeling like you can pack them in a safe way. Anyway, I found these. They are glass droppers. They had the clear, amber, and cobalt glass. If you don't know what cobalt is, that's blue. I think everyone does, but just in case you don't. What's really, really special about these is not only does it have the dropper. First of all, I'm going to say that these are at least 1 ounce, maybe 1.5 ounce. There wasn't really anything labeling it, but I've compared it to something that is a 1 ounce bottle, and it is slightly bigger. So this might be like your 33 or 30 ounce, or I mean 30 milliliter type of bottle. So it's like 1 ounce, maybe a little over 1 ounce. Definitely no more than 1/2. I don't think it is. I'm almost positive it's 1 ounce. Anyway, what makes this extra unique is that if you're making potions with poisonous herbs, or even if you're just making a potion that isn't consumable. This one's Drink of 5 potion, so I think my ingredients in here would be safe to consume. I don't remember. You probably wouldn't want to, actually, now think of it, because I do put an actual $5 bill in here. This one doesn't have it. But yeah, so in that case, you probably wouldn't want to eat it. But other than that, I'm pretty sure it has like consumable ingredients. But anyway, if you're using something like my Bitch Be Gone potion, that has snake skin in it, so you don't really want to consume that. Excuse me. Or if you're making like a more traditional based Wind Rider or Soul Surfing or Flying potion or ointment, in this case you'd probably make it a potion. Those could be harmful not only to yourself but any children, if you have any witchlings, or maybe you have family that has children visiting you. What's really awesome is that this has the pharmaceutical pill bottle grade top, where it's like you have to push and twist. Which way do you twist? Okay, this way. So you have to push it down and then twist it, and then it's caught on something. So there you go. So I'm still getting used to them because I haven't had a bottle like that in years. But yeah, you have to push and then push and turn at the same time, like you would a pill bottle, or even some like cleaners. Like you sometimes have to squeeze the sides or whatever and twist. But what's really great is that, you know, you could, once you tie it on tight, it doesn't twist off, and you don't have to worry about it like through hustle and bustle, it getting loosened, and coming untwisted and leaking out the side. Or even more so, like if you have children or any young around you, you don't have to worry about them thinking it's like some sweet candy liquid or whatever. So that's really cool. And of course, if you want it for UV protection, you have the amber and the cobalt that help keep it protected. If you want to see what the contents is, which is why I got the clear, I got the well, like I said, I got the clear one. Now with they do resist breaking to a certain extent. When I was getting these out of the vehicle, I was in a little bit of a rush, and 2 of them fell out from like I think it was like a 1.5 to 2 foot drop from the car onto like parking lot pavement, and only one of them chipped, and it was at the bottom where it's a little thicker, and it just kind of like chipped out a scoop of it, so it's like this smooth curved piece that's missing. It's still working just fine. So they are slightly resistant to breakage, but it is glass, so it can still break. But I just want to share this with you. Oh, the droppers themselves are also glass. So if you're into that, like wanting to keep it organic, like organic matter or natural matter, it's all glass except for the top. The part's obviously rubber and this part's plastic. But I think they're really great. You can get a lot of quantity in your potion. This also helps if you want to anoint them. Hold on. Like if you want to anoint, am I doing it the wrong way? Like I said, I'm still getting used to it. I've only had them for like, I think 2 days, maybe 3 days. But I just like put the potions in there last night, so I'm still getting used to it. But yeah, so you can, what's cool is that you can wipe the dropper, of course, as the sides like you normally would, and then you can just put a drop. My hands are shaky. I think I drank too much coffee last night. But you can just put the drops, you know, and it is a relatively decent wide opening at the tip, so it can take up some of the herbage. Of course, now it's not doing it. Okay, there's a little piece in there. I don't think you can see it too well, but yeah, so you can do that. It does take up some of the herbs, so if you, but of course it has to be small pieces of herbs, so it's kind of like, even if you were to use it without a dropper, typically the big pieces of herbs wouldn't come out of the potion bottle, It would just be the little pieces, and you would put that on your on your candle or what have you. This makes it easier for application, so you can kind of just drip it around the candle, let it fall to the sides. If you want to anoint it on yourself, you can. This helps regulate how much, so you don't have to worry about if you have like oily skin, or if you're putting it on your crown. You don't have to worry about if you have oily hair and adding too many oils to it. I think I am going to do a video that talks about the collagen scale of the cooking oils, as well as like which ones are a little more astringent and which ones are a little more oily. It's I think it's oleaic and linoleic or something like that. That oleaic is like more oily, and then like linoleic or whatever it is like the one that's slightly more of an astringent oil. Yet science is like finding all the nitty-gritties to a lot of these things, so things are not as simple as they used to be, which can be a little frustrating. But yeah, that's something I'm going to be doing in the near future. I think that's it. But yeah, I really want to share that with you. Of course, you can buy them online. It's not going to be as cheap as if you can find them in the dollar store. I think it was Dollar Tree specifically that I found them. It was $4 for $1. Dollar Tree is really stepping up their game. So I don't know if you can find it on their website. You can suggest it. I mean, not suggest it, you can try it out. Next time I go there, or I might even like withdraw some cash and ask someone to buy them for me. I think I'm gonna spend like $20 and just get like, what would that be? 4 for $1. So that would be about like 80 bottles, I think. And the reason why I'm buying so many is because I'm considering actually like doing like an online shop. I already have a name for it, and I've been considering this for actually years, honestly, if I'm being bluntly honest. But yeah, so don't hold your tongue, because I'm not sure if I really want to do it just yet. But I always kind of wanted to share my personal oils with people. I know there are a lot of people that like make traditional oils or potions or what have you, and they sell them based on like traditional recipes or whatever. But even when I did my first giveaway on my last channel, all of those potions that I gave were from my personal stash, my personal potion bottle, poured into this little one, the little one that I put out. Oh, that's another thing I want to say. When it comes to you like getting 1 ounce or what have you bottles, they're usually the really cheapy looking ones that aren't really interesting. This one kind of gives it more of like a apothecary aesthetic, and then of course they're smooth, so it's easy to put a label on. I just have some like purple masking tape type of material, and I wrote on it with a Sharpie. I want to get some either use brown paper bag and like those, not the pen Sharpies, but the other thin point Sharpies, and write on those, I think, or maybe even just use masking tape and do that on here. Not sure just yet. But yeah, so there's a lot that you can do with these. I just wanted to share this with you. You could get the round label stickers and put them on the bottom, if that's what you're into, or of course you could put it on the sides as well. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say about these. Yeah, it's really cool. You got the droppers, glass dropper, glass bottles, relatively resistant to breakage, and it's got that child-safe top to it where you gotta push and twist. I like it. I think it's pretty cool, and I love that it was relatively cheap. And oh, one more thing: if you buy or receive through giveaways, or for like friendship hauls or whatever, you can put them in these same bottles. And like I received this in a giveaway. It's the River Styx potion that West gifted me, and So it came in, it was really adorable. It came in like a reused Purell bottle, I think it was. I utterly loved it. But because I had some extra ones anyway, and I did want my potions to be relatively unison, I guess? Or uniform, I think is the word. I decided to put it in here, and I utterly love it. This is basically a death potion, so once I finish this one, I'll probably just, when I get the chance, whenever to go back to Illinois, I'll fill this up with my master bottles, and yeah, I'll probably like relabel this once this is done, because it won't be the same. But yeah, so that was the last thing I wanted to share with you, is that when you get bottles like this that are different, you can peel off the labels, put them on here, or just label it using the traditional way that you label your bottles. Oh, this is the one. This is the bottle that had the chip in it. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it though, but it's got this little chip in it right there. But yeah, it's still working just fine. Obviously I'm gonna be a little more careful with this one because it is already broken, or chipped rather. But yeah, this is my Mercury retrograde potion, and obviously in the bottles that they were in, there was a lot more of like an oil to herb ratio, but because these are bigger, it looks like there's a lot less. So what's really awesome is that you can get a lot in these bottles, even though it is smaller quantity, so you can still kind of do that minimalist practice without having to decide, oh, I need to consolidate what type of potions I want to make because the bottles are getting to be too much to store and care for. So that's why I really wanted to share with y'all. I know this Monday's Minute of Magic was a little more, a lot more longer than usual, but it's kind of also like a slightly comeback video. So long story short, it's just been really hectic at work. It was getting through a period of like no days off and long hours, but that's just how it was. We had an important mission to finish. We got it done, and then there was just like the whole Samhain and anniversary of Dee's passing, plus another incident which I can't go into. I probably won't, even if I could, just because it's not really my business anyway. But another incident happened even before that. Then it was Dee's anniversary, so it was just like yeah, there's just like a lot going on, a lot of emotions, a lot of chaos. So and then I was just kind of not feeling it. I was a little burned out from YouTube anyway. So, but I am gonna come back. I'm gonna get these videos uploaded. I've been downloading some from my old channel, so I'm gonna create a playlist and share that with y'all. I'm gonna download some from my other non-witchy channel and create a playlist for that as well. So that's gonna be in the works. So I might be a little more quiet for a lengthier period of time because I'm busy working on getting those videos so I can finally shut down those channels. I'm trying to think if you can oh, much better. I had this hair bother me. Do you like my onesie? It's the Pumpkin King. Never forget who your Pumpkin King is. I am the Pumpkin King. That's why I had to have Jack Skellington. But anyway, I'm gonna go because this is about to be a 20-minute Monday's Minute of Magic video. But yeah, so I am coming back. Like I said, I'll be uploading. I'll probably just have random uploads, honestly. Maybe even daily uploads, just to get the rest of these videos up because they're becoming months upon months old. And then I can feel like I can start fresh and just start recording again. It might be, I think what I'm gonna do is, after I get all these videos up, I'm just gonna do, there might be a sabbatical where I'm gone, but that's just me like recording a lot of content, and then I'm just gonna have it all upload and release at like a certain time interval, so that way it just makes it a little easier. But yeah, I'm coming back, y'all. Love you, tubesters, and as always, abundant and eternal blessings. Mwah.